Yeah, checking 9 to 5 on the PM. We choppy. You can be all you can be. Going to the stars and the starships. Get the Mars with the Martians. Leaving God or dollars. Think you can farm in a garden. Yeah, checking 9 to 5 on the PM. We choppy. You can be all you can be. Eight comes back around, I'll be 6 in the morning. Gonna block on the layer, baby, I'm just trying to go sit in a fortress. Going against Archangel Uriel, and you niggas should forfeit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fuckin' with me, get sit in a orbit. Ain't missing nothing out there in the streets, all of my bitches is gorgeous. Fighting battles on the body of water, so that's why you trip when you worship. You are just a whore, battle out, baby, we need to trips on the horses. Our spirit shoulders carrying so much weight that I cannot go get me a forklift. Yeah, good in the word on the stone. Look, I know you're not metallic, you wanna see if your girl is at home. I am the one looking probably in gold. Break it down to every centimeter. You looking like a snake that's walking on his belly. Don't make me have to centipede ya. Yeah, acting like you been a diva, but I got the cake in the mix. But every time I fucking with you, you make me feel like I be taking a risk. Go to the parliament, taking a trip. Going way above the land. About to take you to a place where your little brain may not quite understand. Where I'm going, that's where I'm checking 9 to 5 on the PM. We choppy. You can be all you can be. Going to the stars and the starships. Straight to Mars with the Martians. Leading God or goddess, think you can farm in a garden. Yeah, checking 9 to 5 on the PM. We choppy. You can be all you can be. You, he is the voice of the gods. I like your northern fries, tell the voice to be gone. Don't give a fuck about your technology or told you beyond. Evaporate everybody's bitch, turn a word to a song. Play the organ, then create the organ. Play the piano, create the spine. Anything, just confabulate it. Hope you carve it out so you can make it fine. Hope you find a way that you can make the time. First you was hot, now you low. Now, you're not a singer or you're not a rapper, so you shouldn't get out the motown. It's not a movie that you about to see, but you are about to witness a show. Now, taking it back to the western days, get hit with an arrow and go. Now, get me a bag on the coach, child. Believe I be got shit. Like bosses are under, I'm walking on water like I was coming on that parachute. But I'm only native to America. No, I ain't traveling nowhere. Disappear right up in the atmosphere. I'm about to battle the air before all the buildings the cattle was here. Had a lot of shit to farm with. Great lakes to the great plains, baby, you are living in a starship. Come to leave when I go to freaking 9 to 5 on the PM. We choppy. You can be all you can be. Going to the stars and the starships. Straight to Mars with the Martians. Leading God or a goddess, think you can farm in a garden. Yeah, checking 9 to 5 on the PM. We choppy. You can be all you can be.
I said real shit. Who's Yahweh? We're gonna break it down. Leave me alone, Grandma. Ashy feet. Ashy between right toe, left knuckle face. And other than that, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk. Which we all only could do right now is to get this talk. Allow us to talk. Why we can't just talk? I say I always gotta be some malicious practices. Why always somebody's God got ill intent? We ain't allowed to talk. No, I thought the world was created with the word. That takes talking. Not somebody's word and everybody else gotta shut the fuck. Put this M13 mask on. Oh, Sarah's gotta start thinking. I like to open my mouth. Other than that, I like to have a good time. Other than that, real shit. Nobody wanna walk around like this all day. Nobody just got out of Rikers Island. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I deserve to be walking around. Ain't nobody would do that all day. I'll tell you that right now. Nobody would do that all day. You ain't about to make me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm about to tell you that right now. We're going to get into all this goddamn Lord of Confusion knowledge. Confusion technology. You know what I said? Confusionology. There's a new technology y'all ain't know about. It's called confusionology. Real deep game. You know what I'm saying? It updated. Now became like electricities and plugs and sockets and goddamn stuff to put in your brain and shit and all this type of stuff. And charge your phone up, charge your phone up. But back in the day, it was just goddamn confusionology. So you need to know that too. That was the first. Every time you even lay like a little Bible in somebody's neck of the woods, you know what I'm saying? Then like invade, and then everybody start going up under whatever that book was on, like whatever language it was. Y'all say start thinking like, oh, okay, this confusionology. So we gotta understand this. Y'all, this the religion y'all really all in, confusionology. Said it's mixture of technology, cultural, literature, said literary histories, and a bunch of confusion in the middle of it. And that's it. You got confusionology. That ain't your animality. Ain't your fire ain't inside of you right there. You not even inside of you. No, I'm saying you ain't even in a sunken place. Some of you done shit it yourself. Your spirit went out of a fart. Cause you ain't nothing but a fart cloud. Yeah, your space went inside of that first form. A fart cloud thought, and you farted it out. You ain't been yourself ever since. Ever since you've been screaming Yaka Mahawa, and all this other type of stuff for the hot tub. Oh, so you about to join a karate class? Other than that. What's that? You got Asian, a white man in your blood. Shut up, put on that bitch with an A-rap percentage scale. Where's the Jew in you? And I'll go no further than that. Where's the DNA test? We'll find a Jew in you. I say you want to do some our kneecap stance. Oh yeah, we see what you got. You got A-rap Asian man in you somewhere. Further than that. So look, we're gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We 12 minutes in yet. Now we in 12 minutes, but you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get our minds constructed to know what fathers mean. All the way down to the tetragrammaton. Man, that ain't nothing but copying hey, ha, ho, hu, he. So you know, east, hey, north, ha, west, ho, southwest, hu, and southeast, he. You can stretch that out in trigonometry. You got a, I, o, u. You know what I'm saying? Now that's our consonants from our vowels. Then we start duplicating that when we start to connect with our tribes. A lot of that come with sign language too. A lot of consonants can't use because of the consonants represent sounds that we see in the external world that like negative shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, say if you put your finger on a thorn and you ain't know those type of plants had thorns on it, and boom, you was like, ow. You know what I'm saying? So whatever sound that thorn, that would have been the consonants we leave out of our little language. You know? I'm saying you gotta really think about some shit. So when you get into Jews copying that Pilgrim man, Mormon man, now you got tetragrammaton. So this little space right here will be tech. That little space between the 2 points would be tra. This little space would be gram. That little space on the below right there, Gabrielle, be grandma. Let's grab Gabrielle, Jabril, grandma, and then ton. The ton, they drop their bricks to bring hell on earth, start building buildings and bricks on everybody's landmass and shit. No, I said tetragrammaton, and that's it. So they just like inverted some Native American shit and try to make it demonic. Make it demonic. You can spaceship bucket hat man face quicker bucks Monopoly can the edge of the goddamn board after you buy it chin. No, I don't know that. You got the 4x4 chin. No, none of that. Got the Monopoly box chair. And all the fun of that. Oatmeal chin face. And all the fun of that. Little silk press skin, oatmeal face neck. And all the fun of that. But look, like I said, right? Cracker Jack box face. Look at that. So that's just that energy. We 12 minutes in, 2 minutes. I'm saying, so you just learned something new right there. Y'all be learning some new shit. You know, because they be learning some new shit. Anytime they came to America, people be learning shit. You know what I'm saying? We made a whole little star out of the ground and made that a whole landmass. We put long houses and stuff around and shit. This house like, what's this? Start trying to play God around it or something like that, and killed them Native Americans and wore it as a badge of honor on one of their military outfits or some shit like that. That's the only reason they even put a star. They would have had all stripes. There wouldn't have been no stars and stripes unless they knocked out a few Native Americans and all we seen was stars. It wouldn't have never been no stars added to no flag. Everything would have been Europe, United States of Australia and Europe, everything. Britain, United States of Europe, Britain, Europe, everything. The United China, the Britain and Europe, everything would have just been stripes and put red there. They putting everybody's goddamn ancestors in the ocean full of blood and shit with stab wounds and shit. That's the only place in America would have built nothing else. America wasn't built no other way. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. You don't know history. You know what I'm saying? You know somebody, some man, you saying his story and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Guy is retarded. It's really your story though. You know what I'm saying? The mystery. You know, my story. You know what I'm saying? My story that got eradicated, disappeared, used as a badge of honor and put on somebody's military outfit to always stake claim a ruler shogunship. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta think about that too. A lot of stuff, like a lot of symbols y'all be watching, because I'll be seeing these weak ass outfits some of these rappers, handlers be having these cats wear and stuff. I'm like, man, like, you go to Europe with that. Say you don't even want to worship the crown. I say you don't even want to worship the little scarecrow crown, the cross on the side of it, some goddamn it, royal art shit. I'm saying that's like plagiarizing Native Americans and shit. You know, big old red coat, red leather coat with a crown on it and shit. It's cat worship the military. No, I said that's the first thing I see, like when I be seeing rappers' clothes. I'm like, no, I said, no, I start looking. I said, real shit. Hey, keep an eye on that car. Keep an eye on that car. I said, watch that car. Who's this nigga that don't know what he wearing? I said, real shit. Shot down. No, I said, but yeah, everybody told me going to Matrix. I'm going to the Matrix a little bit and stuff like that. Learn some psyope energies and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Neil, how are you today? I said, Trinity, how are you today? You know what I'm saying? What ritual you practiced that was retarded? Did you pop enough pills? You know what I'm saying? Did you go start praying to Yahweh? This is what we want to understand. You might have thought Yahweh was Morpheus this whole time. And no, you was watching a movie this whole time. Some author created Morpheus. Oh, sad. And you thought you was watching The Matrix. You actually was watching Star Wars. Now here go Darth Vader. Still more than Luke, I am your father. That's it. The red coat told you he your father or something like that. I said the whole time you thought you was voting Democrat. You still was voting for European Briticana Extension Corporation Confederation. That's the same shit. I said the same shit. These cats copying Native Americans. They copied everything we do. From speaking, that's why they ain't got nothing to talk about. So when they be talking, they don't have nothing to talk about. They got to make up stories to talk about. They can't just get up there and speak. Had a whole world like, oh shit, I got to get down with this tribe. I got to get down. You know, I said they can't do that. These cats can't be real diplomats. I said these cats can't be. These cats only could be the Taliban. These cats can't be, or the UN. They can't be the real diplomats. These cats don't know how to bring people together the right way. These cats don't even know how to bring themselves together. These cats don't even have a foggy idea to even want to care about bringing people together. It's just white supremacy to them, man. They some fake diplomat shit. Oh, it's some fake ass shit. So anytime you hear even them up there talking, especially if they got a diplomat outfit on or some military, so you know they talking bullshit, some shit. No one really actually who's supposed to be in that position be in front of a microphone. Like, you know that, man. Y'all be knowing that. No, I say y'all be knowing that shit. Like, who the hell is this stranger up here speaking? They ain't speaking for me. Real shit. These Dr. Fauci's and shit up here, they be speaking for y'all. They don't be speaking for me. I only speak for me and my family and my tribe. I'm the only thing speaking. You know what I'm saying? If I don't see no representation of me or nothing up there, goddamn it, y'all just talking to y'all selves. That shit don't got shit to do with me. Don't say we, don't say us, nothing. That's a witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. I say, because you let them tell it in other countries, us Americans is lighting things on fire. So in other countries, it's just all of us as a whole. Nah. We got to separate that we and us type shit. We got to separate that. And look, check this out. Here we go. Boom. Now we getting into goddamn Yahweh man. Now, what is Yahweh? Yahweh is, look at the remix, man becoming God and creating that term God, right? And then for the most part, AKA or joining God.gov. So you having a position in government where you think you outside the world because you're not dealing with the worldly issues that whatever your family got you born in luxury got you feeling like. And the family you was born in that got you in that luxury slaughtered Native Americans. So let's not get that. We gonna start there. We ain't gonna ever go no further than that first. Ain't no no spiritual nothing to nothing. Just the white supremacy and them making new remix versions of what they did negatively. And we got they family members in luxury of that right now. So the whole little Republican Democrat system, you see them having offices, all of them being up there, creating funerals and ceremonies with each other and stuff like that. They doing that on somebody else's soil that did all that shit 20 times harder. From the Great Lakes to the Great Plains, from the Iroquois tribes, like they ain't doing nothing different. It's just white man remixing what we already did on this soil. So anything y'all even see on the news, they just like online. This is why I don't like the fake pages that be copying me and shit like that. Because it's almost like native hobbyism. It's like almost like they're having other ethnicities play some fake medicine man shit. So they have some people up here talking about, I warned you, or hey, I did this prophecy. I told y'all COVID was coming. But it's synthetic white man shit. Shit white man make up as plagiarizing shit, then try to play a fake white man hero, and they online trying to rock people to sleep. And that's like disrespectful. That's racist as fuck. That's the racistest shit I ever seen in my life. How you're trying to make money off my culture. Have some white ass up here, or some nigga, or somebody from Jamaican up here, and then you could tell it's a fake page because they start saying that they prophesied some shit the government did with technology. How you prophesy some? I hope you ain't trying to rock me to sleep or something like that. I just know you ain't. Doing that bullshit on somebody else's soil. That it don't make sense. It looked like somebody read a book and was like, oh, this is what the Native Americans did. They had medicine men and medicine women that warned them, and sometimes they was right before they got invaded. And then like create a psyop around it. They got a bunch of niggas and a bunch of stupid shit online and shit. People trying to prophesy some shit the government doing already. So it's a clear distinction between what's real and not real. You see what I'm saying? How the hell you prophesying something some white man doing? That when you do that for real. So you already built that up with your family, people around you and stuff like that. Then when you're online, it sounds more like what I'm talking about. And we ain't never got to talk about the news. And you will hear that quality. All that other bullshit is for the birds. That's Yahweh shit, Lord of Confusion. So you know that's a part of the military or the government or some CIA shit or whatever. As soon as somebody start pushing confusion, anything you in a form of confusion is attached to people who just want to push confusion. It ain't got nothing to do with no spiritual shit unless you lost in a spookism because you probably ain't Native American and they created a template and put it over you to make you see things weird or something. Well, really they playing God. Now look. But I can see if you come up with your own shit. At least come up with your own shit to do it. You don't steal somebody's shit, because a lot of times you would see people like you would think the Democratic and Republican Party ain't steal everything from Native Americans, and especially the Iroquois, stuff like that. But in all actuality, the stuff that they be setting as a limit to say that they didn't, that ain't half of the shit. Everything you see is what they stole. The trade routes, everything. All they did was take over somebody's program and just kept doing it. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever get that fucked up. This is some bullshit. It's all synthetic robot shit. But look, check it out. Now, so when it comes to Yahweh itself is just the Pilgrim Man way of them creating the government, but it's in a different name. So it's called Yahweh. But it's just a theology that everybody could go up under, and that's what the white man brought over there to Africa and then Asia, right? So for the most part, then they indoctrinated the Arab man and the China man. Now they put the Arab man in low-key slavery first. The China man was able to see it from a distance, but be like, this is a good idea. The Arab man had to get down and lay down first and figured out it was a good idea. Then they started to run rampant in Africa and all these things, right? AKA creating a new nation. So that's just getting rid of the man, fucking the woman, and that mixed race become this new nationality. That is still a mixed race, but you call it a new nationality and raise them up as soldiers in your Old Testament religion, which is the military. So this is what the power and the sword is. All this was coming from Yahweh. Yahweh is the God of the government, but they had to update it, mixing in with the Native Americans. So this one, it becomes the New Testament. Let's cosplay as Native Americans to make them think that we got something to do with their spiritual system, since they already a hard ass government. But at the same time, let's let them know that our ways is better, and that's technology. So when it comes to Yahweh, it means the tetragrammaton, which is this them still a Native American star, right? And what I just told y'all, hey, ha, ho, hu, he, tetragrammaton. Now, which is known as to be interpreted as I am, right? Only a man could spur out the words I am from a brain. Ain't no animal with a brain that's speaking to each other got the language for you to understand they're saying I am. Only a man that with some Spangler shit or things of that nature is deriving it from that. Now, for the most part, he that is. So that'd be a person that's playing out an energy of a belief that someone have on their mind. Then it says he who makes that which has already been made. If the Native Americans already made the atmosphere and the environment, then those who take from the environment was already made to produce technology is the government, aka Yahweh. Now, for the most part, worship. Now, Yahweh was worshipped in Israel and Judah. So this is the white man, you know what I'm saying, start mixed with the Arabs, so then you get the Jews. This is the white man mixing with the China, the Arabs. This is where you get that indigenous little thing that they're trying to call Indian, but it's not even Indian. It's that Columbia, whatever the hell that shit is, that ain't even got nothing to do with Indian, and they created that term after the fact, making that a colonized subcontinent once they came over here with the indigenous and then came up with that name Indian. So don't even get lost in that Christopher Columbus shit, because that's a manifested destiny. All these things are manifested destinies. So it's a group of people going up under one thought that they're calling a father. So when you hear things like who fathered this nation, George Washington, okay, that's an idea all of them was doing. You see what I'm saying? And they got funded by King George. His last name ain't Washington. It's just Europe shit. So learn how to have common sense. You know what I'm saying? What they actually done to the Native Americans, y'all are in the luxury of it, so you're not able to see it in that way. So you think when people are talking about George Washington, it's not like that in the Native American mind. When we saying George Washington, it's the law being passed down from motherfuckers we don't know. We just dealing with the people we do know, like the United States Cavalry or motherfucker, or a little bit before that, and the colonists and the settlers and shit. And they was the sand bullshit. But the George Washington ain't run nothing, wasn't no field. George Washington was just the ideology that was going on. Just like going back to the Neolithic days. Noah's Ark. That's a manifested destiny that they allowed to get on a boat and invade other people's stuff. So that's how they created the doctrine of discovery from that manifested destiny. These are not actual people. These are fathers' ideologies, a group of individuals that know how to create a brotherhood and a sisterhood are going up under, which is why a lot of y'all lack that. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, Yahweh was worshipped in Israel and Judah. Right? So they called the geographical location after we're calling these things inside of us first. Anatomy, then astrology, astronomy. Do those actual practices of things in our mind inside of us and what we're calling ourselves outwardly. And whatever land we start doing that on first, we call it that name. Remember, a land don't talk. So a land or a country don't call itself a name. A person call it a name. And that come with a bias and the meaning behind it of why they called it that name if it ain't just their last name. So for the most part, don't get things fucked up. Even if it's part of a person's last name, what did that person, that family do to substantiate that geographical location for us to call it the name that it's called today, regardless of them remixing it and changing settler from invader, and you thinking that it was a superhero story for you to be learning what you learned in school. You see what I'm saying? So it says Yahweh was worshipped in Israel and Judah, and his worship back at the least of the Iron Age, right? So when you hear about early Iron Age, right, y'all get lost. These words are what they are. Iron Age don't mean a time reference. When y'all be like, oh, Iron Age means let me get on Galileo and train a thought of Alexandria. What they mean by BC and AC. No, Iron Age means just that, when motherfuckers started melting metals. So when they started melting metals and sharpening swords and goddamn making bullets and shit like that, motherfuckers started to create their government to be worshipped, aka / government. So don't get confused. You know what I'm saying? Now, for the most part, attributes. So we're talking about early stages of technology. Early stages of technology is goddamn bullets and swords. That's the early stage of technology. Bullets and swords. Now, in the oldest biblical literature, Yahweh is associated. Now, you could be religious all you want, but when they say things like the power and the sword, what are you actually talking about then? If it ain't that. And if you ain't seen the United States Cavalry running around with swords on horses. Like, really makes sense. We see these things practiced out. So even if you want to get lost in your mind, it's humans carrying out these energies. So that's telling you who they worship. You ain't about to be doing something and it ain't on your mind to motivate you, bitch. So the military was made from the shit. All right, now, so the oldest biblical literature, Yahweh is associated with the attributes of weather. That means people manipulating weather, and war deities, the military. Okay, such as leading a heavily, they think they're gods by doing it, and making the land fruitful. making new nations, getting rid of the men with your military, and fucking the woman, claiming that there are 72 wives, that you got this manifested destiny that you deserve. And then you, when you do that in America to Native Americans, the white man make Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? When they go ahead and do that over there in Africa and mix with the other tribes, the Arab man make a lot of other mixed people who don't know nothing, but their religion end up being some Hebrew shit or some goddamn Arab prayer and things of that. And then you the Chinaman. The Chinaman and the mix with the white man, he get funded by the white man, and therefore he's able to mix in, and then you get Bruce Lee's. You know what I'm saying? Then he get his mother having to get a good job over here in America, and then he go ahead and be a passport pro from where he from, and then we get Jamie Lee. And then he don't know what he doing on a movie set, and then he get killed by a motherfucking rubber bullet. If that even actually happens. See what I'm saying? When you start to be controlled with people, other people directing shit that never got you and your family and your legacy and your best interest. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to peep motherfucking game. You know what I'm saying? So, for the most part, that's Yahweh in a nutshell, the government. So anything you see on the news or anything that you see in the world that the government do, you can correspond that to when you read the Bible what Yahweh do. Therefore, you don't got to get lost in your mind and be like, oh, Yahweh is a God coming back. No, Yahweh is a group of men upholding some generative principle kind of concept. And they stole that whole concept from Native Americans with our brotherhood. This is why I don't seem like the white man allow y'all into shit. But the Native Americans allowed the white man, the Jew man, the African man they was bringing over here, that we allowed everybody. Hey, this world is big enough for all of us. But we know everybody don't think like that. Just like y'all Yahweh God. Yeah, that God ain't good. Y'all say, how come it got segregation? Why it got forced? Why they did what Waka Taka did? Why did they try to destroy Uriel? Like, why? Yeah, that's not good then. You ain't no way, ain't no words you can say it, and it ain't no other, it's people. It ain't no goddamn God, it's people. You know, because they stole that from Native American spirituality that know that for real. And we don't anthropomorphize that shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no spookism shit how we do shit like that. We just doing that for a sake of understanding. Not no fake ass shit to create no government around and make people lost in la la land that put blood on your hands. That's not right. So you got to peep game. So when it comes into these energies, that's what Yahweh is. Yahweh is just the government. Point and the end. That's it. So anytime you see somebody in politics or something like that talk about in God they trust, they talk about Yahweh as an actuality. But if they're in America, they might be talking about George Washington. If they're in China, they might be talking about Jin Sen Sin. You know what I'm saying? If they're in Africa, they might be talking about Yam Nam Bu. But at the same time, they all is the white man playing God. And create a nation energy. Now, when you break down Yahweh, what else is Yahweh doing? Now, look at how people is doing these things. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no reason for you believing or arguing for or against these things if you don't think actual people did these things. What's your point of arguing for it then? Is there something in your mind that you want other people to think about or something like that? Oh, Yahweh could create the weather and the water and stuff like that. So you just want that to be in your mind, never like the actual stories that being done to people. And when you see it being done to people, I guess the trick's supposed to be you believing it's something in your mind or something like that. But last time I checked, when you ain't connected with nature, you'll believe any technology in nature. And someone tell you, blame it, tell you it got something to do with the nature, and you just stupid. And you like, yeah, I don't believe in that astrology, or I don't believe it, which that's a plagiarized word, what the Native Americans doing. But the stuff they made you not believe in is the reason you stupid. And you online right now thinking that it's some God coming back instead of man using technology for all these forest fires and shit like that. You retarded. They separated you from nature. So you don't know the natural mechanisms that happen all the way down to the sun and moon, to the clouds, to it condensing, for things to be apparent, what happens genuine, that the real God, the Great Spirit, got something to do with. Not no synthetic government trying to play God and put you in a position that you only got to pay more taxes about. That's what I'm saying. The fuck God got to do with a tax? That's why Mel Gibson going to hell. He going to spiritual jail. He going to hell. He's a fucking actor. Why would the fuck they choose an actor to be up here and try to tell us something about what's going on? No, I'm saying just for them to try to reflangle the situation and trying to play a God they don't believe in. That don't even make no sense. Just all kind of hell. Everybody going to hell who participate in that. You know what I'm saying? Any belief in Yahweh, you going to hell. Because you going to a synthetic world that a white man made up to not believe, but that's a belief. You still, that's the first thing. You believe you don't believe something. You know what I'm saying? So y'all letting the white man drag all y'all to hell with some Yahweh shit. You know what I'm saying? Just like they say, the God is the word, right? All right, y'all, who words y'all using? Y'all using white man words. Y'all sure ain't using the language that we were speaking here. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? About what you talking about. You using the white man word. So if the white man said God was the word and the word was with God, you believe in the white man being God just because the words the white man gave you. So the white man only playing God because you use his language. It's pretty much it. No, I'm saying they don't really go no further than that. That's why they trying to get it a one world language. I'm saying because they can play God by property and tax and language. You ain't actually God. You know what I'm saying? You ain't actually whatever you think you is. You just some ignorant individual. So that's it. I don't go no further than that. I don't know how we be making things more deeper than what it is. That should be simple. You know what I'm saying? You just got some ignorant ass motherfuckers in the world. That a lot of them evaporated themselves in the spirit world. So a lot of them don't even exist. So a lot of the same people that's upholding their shit is a lot of people that they don't remember. They just reading books and stuff that these people might be trapped in and upholding their practice. You ain't gonna remember all them 20 people in them pictures and things of that nature though. These people are forgotten. This dissipated spirits. So you don't got these people saying I'm back and teaching about the people who died based upon the people who saying I'm that. Because it ain't even nothing to appreciate either. It's something you only could talk about behind closed doors. That's a dying race. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you could have people like me saying I'm back. Everybody else who can't say that, but they still just waking up and reminding themselves of something. That's a spirit that with God, you went to Sam's sword the right way. Spirits that even come back out of a hell still got to uphold something that they can't express freely. Even if they want to own the word Antichrist. It could be another person take that language and say I'm the Antichrist and the whole world is on their side still. Due to the fact of, because it ain't the words, it's the energy. Words is just retardation and shit like that. That ain't the first way of connecting. So a lot of times, you got a bunch of spirits here that didn't go to Samsara the right way. They didn't go to the washing machine the right way. They went up upholding something that was tainted. So they get back in tainted bodies, or they go in hell, or just evaporate. So they just become a tainted spirit that disappeared. They went into a world they believed they didn't believe. You know what I'm saying? So they just disappeared. Now they might be in thought. We might could talk about it, but we'll be more aware of ourselves than that. You know what I'm saying? It might be one of the people that spirit that's disappeared leading to hell that might got a book about them or something like that. That's as far as it go. They can't just come out here and start boasting about them or nothing like that. They have to just go ahead and disappear. Settle with disappearing and going to hell and evaporating. You know what I'm saying? So slowly but shortly the process just interchange into is back as natural ways anyway. And then when a motherfucker do get back out of hell, they in a world that they can't really do that as much as that did. They got to comply it. They got to do it in a more tainted way, all the way to keep it to themselves type way. You in a classroom next to someone else saying, shut the fuck up. You retarded. Keep them thoughts in your head. And then therefore, that it'll never come out in this world again. Them dumbass thoughts will never come out in this world again. You know what I'm saying? Because all y'all got is a bunch of mental illness in the world. That's it. You got a bunch of people who think y'all is in a mental illness, even if y'all slightly don't know how to communicate it because you're using somebody else's language. This is why religion is dying and stuff. And George Washington, that father dying, and all these fathers is dying. You know what I'm saying? Because their children is weak. They don't got no the children, the upbringing, they're tainted, just getting out of hell. And a lot of them like, man, I ain't trying to go back there. So their way of doing it have to be more of a lie and Anunnaki-ish type of way. They still doing what they was doing though, so they're still going to hell, but them ones ain't learned yet. The ones ain't learned yet. You know what I'm saying? So they still in a process of trying to figure stuff out and see what's what and what's not. But if that's your main motivation of not believing in something that motivates you to try to be a god of what you think other people believe or something like that, I wouldn't want to even have no dreams like that. I'll say even if I am still alive, like, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't even want to have no dreams like that, to be in no position like that. That's retarded. I wonder what kind of dreams a person in that position, because everything is in reverse. You can't do a whole bunch of stuff that puts you in comfortable positions in reality and then that come with good dreams. Hell fucking no. What? That don't even make no sense. especially on the high level of disagreement. So you ain't even gonna have a high level of agreement of people around you. Like, what the fuck? So I wonder what people be dreaming about like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to already know where you're going. Ain't no way you can sit here and you got to be doing some deep prayer there, some deep Jerusalem prayer to cope with you ain't gonna reap what you sow. Ain't no way. Like I'm trying to figure out what kind of practice is that for a person to get old and die and believe that. I would never want to live a life and die and get old and die believing that bullshit. Lord Jesus Christ, have mercy on myself. What do y'all be doing with y'all spirits down here? No wonder they created that Jehovah Witness shit and soul sleep and shit like that. Y'all spirits is thinking too fucking much. Y'all got a mental illness down here. I don't even know who created it to be a thing. Role model. Who made that a thing? What dumbass spirit was invested in something? Because here's the thing. If something's genuine, it don't matter how it come across. It's genuine. That's God. And that's how something's supposed to be portrayed. Who made up this role model shit? Because it looked like just another way for somebody to make taxes. It don't get tax dollars. It don't look like something that's supposed to be. Like, y'all see how y'all see people in the world get propped up like they supposed to be some type of role model. And a lot of times, a lot of these people who get propped up, that be the start of the beginning of the end of their career when they start to realize they don't want to be used like that. But at the same time, that energy right there, somebody got to be who untalented. That come from a starting point of untalented people thinking that they can control talented people, and the untalented people thinking that their talent is just colonizing or something like that. Gotta be. Because it don't even make sense. Thank you so much for the Cashapp Mooney Mercury, baby. I appreciate that from my heart. Real shit. Like, in those type of areas, motherfuckers need to mind their fucking business. There's no such thing as controlling someone that got a talent of whatever we make up or influence and making them a role model. That's no such thing. I don't know who the fuck made that dumbass shit up. And I think this is one of the reasons why you rappers is trash right now. You actors and actresses is trash. Stop trying to be a stupid, dumbass motherfucking role model. You look stupid in the face. You know what I'm saying? You fucking retarded. You got to be controlled by the white man. Anytime somebody come in more genuine energies, like they ain't got no 10, 12 ears in their eardrum, is the person that people gravitate towards. That's some genuine shit. Watch the white man don't know nothing and make this a template now. And then run a synthetic version of this program. It's like, it's just get out the way. Yahweh is trash. Yahweh just know how to kill with technology. That's it. Yahweh don't know no type of morality. Yahweh don't have no honor. Yahweh don't have no kinship. Yahweh is a retard. Yahweh only want to be an alien. Yahweh got a small dick. Yahweh don't like woman. Yahweh don't even like himself. Yahweh a piece of shit. Who the fuck will follow a piece of shit ass thought a group of white men come up with? That's the dumbest shit I ever seen in my life. This is how white men look at themselves. That you have to look at stuff like that. Oh, you wrote this book? Who the author of this book? Oh, so this how you see yourself? The fuck is you? You know what I'm saying? The end. Now they just gonna get ready to melt some metals and use some technology. That's it. It don't go no further than someone could just talk to you and you feel arisen by this person. Fucking trash in the brains. You know what I'm saying? They be trying to raise all y'all up to be trash in the brains. You can't even watch the news and get even if we talking about something real. Where is it's fucking trash? You know what I'm saying? We don't give that no credibility. But y'all allowed to keep allowing these trash in the brains to create systems for y'all to think that this is what it means to have the credentials just to get rocked to sleep. Untalented motherfucker to make way more money off a talented person because they created a system who can't even do what you do and even got more talent in your left toe knuckle. Because you can get online and rock a whole crowd for a whole 8 hours, and the people that they use to copy everything you say and you do with your culture, they give this person motherfucker 20 million for goddamn 40 minutes of some shit that they needed 6 months of help to do before they even did it. Are you crazy? If you don't go sit your fucking retarded ass down. That's how I look at everybody. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that they can think is intelligent is melting the metal, creating disasters. That's it. We talk about any other fucking thing, you're fucking retarded. Let's not ever get that fucked up. You have nothing intelligent to say. No politician, none of them have nothing intelligent to say. They don't even have anything intelligent to do with their fucking ass time. That's why they got all these fake pages and shit like that. So it's fucking kids. I don't respect that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you up here kicking common sense and it's something real and it's genuine situations, I guarantee misery love company. When there ain't no problems and we see that as issues that's easy to be taken care of, I could create a problem and solution concept. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want to do that. So you just lost in white man thinking. Everything is white man thinking. Don't ever get that fucked up. If it's dumb, if it's confusion, it's white man thinking. And your only way of trying to piggyback on it like it's intelligence, you get ready to run down some form of technology. Who gives a fuck? Do you have any morality? Do you have any fucking common sense? Anybody with common sense know you could be book smart and intelligent all you want. Mix two dumb chemistries together and blow your ass up. You wasn't wise enough to know that didn't mix with that, you dumbass. So that's the highest intelligence you even gonna hear online, on news channels or NASA or something like that. Somebody talking about some dumbass technology that can hurt other people. You know what I'm saying? So they gotta get on. They gotta watch people like us and shit like that just to even hear some morality, some real shit or some shit like that to be like, this sounds good. That people could believe that we could create some technology around. Fucking trash in the brains. Y'all ought to be ashamed of your motherfucking self. Well, I'm saying I just resort to doing psyops on people. I'd never be busy with doing that. That's too beneath me. So Yahweh is a stunt puny animal. What is this? Yeah, world. Yahweh is a stunt puny animal. They only know how to make beaver dams, bee nests, melt metals, and technology. That's the human way of it. What does this mean? This is what Yahweh is right here. Is that in the mind? You ain't mind. You can build a melt some metals all you motherfucking want. In the motherfucking mind, you stunt puny pony. All right, look. What does world mean without the D? Look. People who made it. Scottish. A stunted puny creature. So if you gotta lie, you gotta manipulate, you gotta create confusion, you got a stunt puny brain, and you got a synthetic concept of trying to make people think you authority, but you can't do it for real. If you can't do it for real, you a stunt puny creature, period. You gotta copy people like me. Or you gotta get rid of people like me or something like that. Gods don't deal with such pettiness. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. If you cold and you just attractive, you don't deal with such pettiness. That's somebody striving for something. I'm striving to prove something. Hip hip hooray. I need the world to look at me like this. In another way though. I gotta make a comic book though to look at it like that. I gotta make a commercial. You can't do it for real. Phony. I'll say you phony. So as people want to exercise racism, but do it in a way where you can't nobody point the finger and be like, oh, this racism. Oh, this presidency. Oh, this is people who want to kill other people. Oh, this is people who want to make people think in a certain way. Oh, so this is ignorance. But that's what it is. Don't let it go no further than that. This is ignorant. I don't know why y'all allow so many people who don't got y'all in y'all best interest holding up some Yahweh shit or whatever like that to tell y'all what they think us got something to do with. Or we got something to do with. We don't got shit to do with nothing. I don't got shit to do with nothing. Us ain't got shit to do with shit. You know what I'm saying? Whoever made it a law to be able to exercise technology got everything to do with that shit. I don't give a fuck about even if they try to make a psyop to be about, oh, maybe China doing it or whatever like that. What fucking government schooling everybody went through to be like, okay, each geographical location get the melt metals and make technology. If any really real religious practice was practiced, that would be against the law. For anybody to melt a metal and have some machinery, that would be against that. That's just telling you that is their law, killing people. Nobody stop trying to lie to people. That's crazy. This got white man lying to everybody. I ain't gonna hear no fucking lie. I'm saying that's why they be needing other ethnicities so much. Thank you so much for the Cash App, Leah. That's why they be needing so many other ethnicities so much to speak. And throw them a few dollars. Something like that. Hey, tell these people, hey, they know you from a few movies. They know you from a few commercials. You know, you from a few television shows. I'm saying, throw a fucking voodoo doll out there. I'm saying real shit. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know how y'all get lost in buttercream land and shit like that, because that's all. Look, if you believe in Allah or whatever the case may be, that's you get ready to have an excuse for the government to throw you in jail or kill you, and they created the whole thing. You wouldn't even know the words without them. So it's them creating something they don't believe while playing that thing that they don't believe. So what they did to the Native Americans, they castrated the sachems, the tribes leaders and stuff, right? The chiefs, so other people don't believe in man, but doing it with technology and colonization and making people you doing the same thing. So it don't make sense. So they're trying to make it seem like, hey, people not supposed to do cults, but they're in the biggest cult. So if you don't join their cult, you'll be called a cult. Some bullshit like that. It's like retarded. Like, I don't get it. Because you all copying Native Americans. I can see if you come up with your own shit in the practice of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you take everything from them, it's really just police and military. That's really just the Old Testament. It's just a made-up way of being able to do some police and military. You know what I'm saying? Now, everybody's aunties and uncles and stuff could be a policeman. The military is something else. That's just another form of being able to gentrify large masses of geographical locations and shit. So somebody bought California, and they just making a psyop. So right now, it was supposed to be all the poor people that they ain't making rich, that's trying to get crumbs on YouTube. We supposed to be laughing at these rich people because they can get another. And then it's another psyop because they already warned a lot of these rich people what they was going to do. So a lot of these rich people even got another check to go ahead and go somewhere else and shit like that, which you didn't know. How a lot of celebrities get free shit for you to go broke with your little Ricky Dick ass steel mill job, and they got that whatever jacket or whatever the case for free just to promote it, to be a walking billboard, right? Then on top of that, it's just a whole psyop game to get you in the left, right, and all actuality is just gentrification. Somebody bought it. Then they'll throw you into another psyop and think, if you religious out, or you like, oh, my people this, my people that, hopefully they want you saying shit like, well, it's too many gangs over there, so if they want to act in this fiery energy, God is coming back and set it on fire, so gangs will come back. And there's all, they just got y'all all in weirdo shit. But in its natural state, someone bought it. So whatever's getting ready to be built up over it, that's who bought it. Period. The end. This is white man playing games on y'all, because y'all only like to watch the news as if these people got you in your best interest. These people don't give a fuck about you. They don't give none of y'all, rich or poor. They don't give a fuck about none of us. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. You need to understand that. So they just be in certain psyops on how they're going to use things and people as examples. But it's just ignorant. It's ignorance. And their practice and prayers is finding coping mechanisms to not care about what they do. Yet they created a whole court system that you do a rinky-dink ass, still a sneaker bar crime, and since you don't show no compassion or you don't show no remorse, you get 10 years in jail. Like, bullshit. Like, these are the spirits that's going to hell evaporating though. That's why they're the people that's doing it now is so much in the shadow. They think being in the shadow is a good thing. No, it just means you weak. You're unintelligent to have the right word and actions that it don't even matter what you're doing. People would either want to join or accept it, to the point that your mind state, which y'all calling a religion, that you ain't trying to look at it as a religion, will make people believe in it so hard that you in the flesh will make us be like, I bow down to whatever you're telling us to do, even if you just eradicate us right in. Like, you won't have to hide that. And that's what they was jealous of the Native Americans about. How we had our whole little diplomat confederation set up cold and things of that nature. And then they made us negative people because they're jealous. Their God is jealous. So you have to understand this. When you hear about a God being jealous in the Bible and stuff like that, you're hearing the way a white man think. When you're watching all these movies and stuff, you're watching the way a white man think. When you're reading these books and stuff like that, you're reading how a white man think. That's the indoctrination. Not what you're lost in, what you think. How the natives see it is just you're indoctrinated with the white man ways of thinking. Washi who. Back in the day, it was a battle of ways of thinking and calling that God. And they started that calling it God shit. But for the most part, y'all just getting indoctrinated into white man ways of thinking. So none of y'all know how to go in y'all backyard and produce nothing, and that whole circumstance is up under your legacy name and stuff. All y'all know how to do is cast stones at each other from the same background, the same ethnicities and races, and argue with each other because one person ain't doing the white man ways better than another person. That's literally what y'all argue though. When y'all start to argue over money, who ain't got such and such business going, and every time y'all as an individual get good at the game, the white man change the rules on y'all. So you don't, it be more days throughout the year that you be having to shut up and figure out what you gonna do than those days you be having throughout the year that if you do a quick little scheme that the white man crime lords, you do something quick that look like it's comfortable because y'all all up under the white man way of thinking. Those be the days you start acting like a white man, or you start having the white man savior superiority complex in your brain, and you start expressing to your own people like they doing something wrong, and the white man copied that from the Native Americans when we really had to do that when it was about our land and shit like that. And we talked to our own people to get our tribes together and raise up everybody so you could get pushed into the bargain and exchange and the trade and route circumstance. That's the true initiation. They got everybody they initiating everybody in some synthetic fake ass government shit, which is why it's easy to see that shit how they doing it online now. I think I may be the first person to catch that. You know what I'm saying? Which is why y'all see how they shadow ban me so much and things of that nature. But with me, I'm just being myself. These are Native American practices. So it make me feel like they weird. They in a spookism. And over the years, and like till now, it start making me think that that's how they looking at me. So it's like, wait a minute. So it just make me more intelligent, because it's like, wait a minute. Do you know your whole thing is my shit, not the other way around? And then you wrong because we don't even see it that way. So you're not even doing it right. So you're always able to see how it just leads to taxes. They don't even believe it. And it just got to a point where they start believing in themselves that they are that, because it's already done in a safe practice, and we're in the late 1900s to the 2000s now. That's where we at when it comes to government. Man, there's some shit that they just be updating and stealing and copying. They ain't doing nothing to practice this right. That's why it's weird. That's why it's like I'm the United States ego. They killed the Native American and made tax dollars off of that. So they're not doing nothing but summoning us back. They think they're doing something, but they're doing the reverse. They keep summoning people back and stuff like that. So when it comes to the ego I can tell you for a fact that's a Native American. That's me. Or the concept itself has a real annotation to it. You might believe it in another way that they telling you it for them to have it on a dollar bill. And this is how they're playing like they don't believe it, but it's sarcasm. But yet they're making it important. So they're wearing it as a badge of honor. Yet they don't know how to have the all see and now unless they got technology. Online is the only way they could watch us. Before YouTube, they had to make programs. You join a fraternity, sororities, so you could get into their business, entertainment, education, religion, and politics. Then they'll send you a handler. That's the only way they can watch you. Or observant, like it's like trash. Like that's not even what it means. So it's like they wrote down what a Native American was saying of how you supposed to do that. And this is how y'all can see everywhere y'all go online in the 21st century, you see an emanation of me. It's like they're doing the same thing. So this is how I know the United States of Cavalry is in the CIA right now. That portion of the military is in the CIA, and they're the ones using foreigners and themselves to do all these psyops. And a lot of them don't know what literary history they're running off of. So they don't know, a lot of them don't even know why they troll me more extreme than they do other people that they made quote unquote litter or have more subscribers or something or views. But they do it anyway. They don't know why themselves. They're retarded. Thank you so much for the Cash App, Carl Scott. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. So they don't know that they copying me. But before they even started doing that hard on me, y'all always heard me say that. It's like I'm always ahead of them, but they're looking at me like I'm y'all or something like that. So it's like weird. This is why y'all don't ever see Native Americans in their world. They have a problem manipulating us into their society. Because they need a lot of time to change shit. This is why they've been doing so much African American hobbyism too. Soon as they can fulfill enough shit to change, to confuse things, that when they start assembling Native Americans and stuff like that, it don't seem like everything you start seeing is your shit. That's their problem they having right now. You know what I'm saying? And on their mind ain't really the focus of Native Americans. They really don't give a fuck. But they know that's an issue. The way that they're seeing other ethnicities is starting to come to be and stuff like that. They're like, okay, this is an issue, how we're doing it. They know what they doing though, how they line in history and shit like that. But they know how they're doing it. It's starting to be flunky right now. You know what I'm saying? That's why you haven't been seeing much of Dr. Fauci and a bunch of other shit and things of that nature. And them throwing people at you like Terrence Howard. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to find a way to be a narc again, to get all the attention again, even if they have to kill. It's like just wanting to get attention. Like, if they would have stayed in Europe, nobody would even have a problem. You just go kill yourselves. Why do y'all want to practice a bunch of lies and stuff on other people's shit? And then you have to use other people's shit to do it. It's weird. So it's just weirdo. If you join the government, you a weirdo. You just want to join something to be a weirdo. And someone try to teach you or raise you up to make it make sense. But you be stressed out even for your money and your tax dollars and shit, because you have no common sense. Like, you don't know how to speak really. Like, you don't know how to go about things in life. So your whole life was trained from college all the way to your adulthood. You know nothing what it means to make a tribe. You know nothing what it means to run things for real. You know nothing. Like, you're just going off a system where we can play the blame game. Oh, well, this person did it, this person did it, this person did it, and then everybody get to lie behind closed doors. That's the game y'all playing. But y'all are, like, retarded in all actuality. We're not about to make that like that's intelligence. Because the system itself is just based on money. If money don't exist, that wouldn't exist. None of that shit would exist if money didn't exist. So someone have to create a system about money for that to even be a thing. Yahweh, Anunnaki, government, anything. And then everything will go back to its natural state. If people really want to police their own village, you know that you doing it for God. You ain't doing it for no check. You know when you doing real medicine man, medicine woman, and putting together things before somebody put it on a shelf and make a synthetic version of it that don't even do anything, you know you was doing that for God. You weren't doing that for no tax. See what I'm saying? See, the way I'm talking a little bit, right? I make Yahweh followers hurt in the motherfucking spirit. But when I say things like that, that's God, what I just said, the real God. And it makes everything make sense all the way to Yahweh looking at with their own hand. Oh yeah, my hand is in a cookie jar in that way. I thought this was sounding evil because of where I thought he was talking about with this other cookie jar that I was making more money in percentage scale on. So you see, it's all about money in their mind. Ain't nobody supposed to be working to be no police officer. Ain't nobody supposed to be working to be no motherfucking doctor. We ain't do that over here. It was bargain and exchange. You know how to do something I don't. I know how to do something you don't. And we got a group of medicine men all the way down to the physical. That's what they do. And we got a whole bunch of people making the clothing and things of that nature. That's what they do. Guess what? Me being a brain surgeon, I need clothes when it's cold. When someone mentally retarded where you at, God damn it, you need me. The end. Tell me why y'all killing each other elsewise. Tell me why y'all fighting each other elsewise. Because who got more motherfucking money or not? That's the end. Y'all ain't shit. Them white man thoughts. Lumberjack cut down a tree, UK beating goddamn the studio thought man. We not about to make that seem like that's good and that's the whole damn world. It ain't what we do, it's how we do it. We can utilize money all day. But motherfucker, we gonna have some morality or some fucking honor. And we ain't about to be throwing no rocks, no hide, no hand. That learned behavior come from that stimuli for anybody to be in a position of wanting to rob and thief. Blue collar and white collar and all. You know what I'm saying? Don't bullshit my eardrums. If something gonna be done right, it'll be done right. You know what I'm saying? That goes police force, military, all that. And people could come outright. I guarantee people will even have something better to talk about if they want to stand on some ceremony and be an MC in front of a booth with a microphone in front of a motherfucker audience that's getting ready to be broadcast on any news channel. You'll actually have something to talk about that may not even have anything to do with the motherfucking land and environment and fear mongering. You know what I'm saying? But motherfuckers ain't wise, aka they don't have nothing to talk about. You ever been around somebody in your life who ain't got nothing to talk about? Eventually, you want to get the fuck away from them. It's cold outside, goddamn lips pilling. Eventually, you want to get the fuck away from them. You know what I'm saying? A person ain't got nothing to fucking talk about. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, what would they be talking about? A shit that you don't want to hear. Eventually, you're going to put yourself into a situation where you lessen up your time being around them, right? So eventually, what this person going to do when they goddamn got a disturbed spirit? That's a person who can't spend no time by themselves, or they constantly have to be around noise, and none of that energy go towards nothing productive, right? You become their productivity. So they end up making up things to call you to talk about, right? Because they know you slightly don't want to hear the bullshit you was already talking about for them to feel that distance between you and them. So eventually, right, they start to over-exaggerate. This is where you get that half of the story is never their fault, over-exaggerated, shit ain't even happen that way kind of storytelling when they call you or when they're in front of you. Family, friend, associate, co-worker, or all, right? And then for the most part, you'll be like, oh, they bullshitting. And they know they bullshitting. It's just, you might not know how to say it, but you need to know that they just doing that because that's a disturbed spirit. Okay, that's all you be getting on these news channels too. Whole bunch of disturbed spirits needing to find a way to get attention. Or you will have something to talk about that people will want to listen to anyway. Or will be no such thing as people on motherfucking YouTube right now being more lit to run a live stream for motherfucking 8 hours and keep a motherfucker whole long audience and be more interested in shit that ain't got nothing to do with the news be talking about, that motherfuckers had a script written for them to be up there just for motherfucking 20 minutes. Because if it's a half an hour show, it's 3 minutes per commercial. And then if we have 3 commercial breaks, that's about 9 minutes. And the show only 21 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't got a script wrote, just like goddammit Chris Rock, for fucking 20 to 21 minutes and got 40 million. Man, fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know these people. These people are strangers. We don't know what they was going through mentally for them to motivate themselves to be in that position, to make that position look attractive. So even when we're not talking about serious things in the world, it make everybody want to be like, well, it's things going on that motivate me to go to that college because I want to be that news reporter. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you got to look at it like, man, I don't want to go somewhere and be another motherfucking actor. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Fuck, I want to go somewhere and be a motherfucking actor for someone else's self-serving purposes to be richer than me. And I'm protecting their interests. And if I'm fucking somebody, or if I'm relationship, network, nepotism up with someone, maybe it could be possible for me by the age of 67. Man, if you don't kiss my motherfucking ass, Lord, that's stress. Who the fuck want to live stressed like that? And that ain't the only way to run the world. You better believe it. Don't make nobody make you believe that either. These motherfuckers is going off an old and outdated template that they copied from the Native Americans in the damn first place. You know what I'm saying? So it's just humans figuring it out. Don't ever think it's a group of people just doing shit and it's a group of people who doing things that work and it's a group of people. No, you just got motherfuckers figuring it out, and whatever's working for self-serving concepts, and if they got more of what they made important to even put them in a position to have the most of it, stealing people's resources and creating property money off of taxes off of it, then for the most part, you're looking at it more than what it actually is and shit like that. Like, the motherfuckers just got to know how. No, it's just motherfuckers figuring it out all the way to they punk-ass religions. I mean, this is people's figuring it out. Always understand that. These people. These is humans. You understand that? There's people that's figuring it out. They don't know shit. They wouldn't be trolling half of the people online if they wasn't somewhere in a position of just figuring it out. Oh, so these motherfuckers are figuring it out. They wake up every day in a position. Let's just figure it out. That's it. Retards. You ain't gonna tell me there's no common sense. Not as what I be hearing out of Neil deGrasse mouth. Ain't no way you get ready to tell me y'all in some common sense concept. No way. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think that's the thing. Yahweh is the Lord of confusion. So anywhere you hear confusion, you know Yahweh, God.gov is involved. So if you even listening to the wildfires, oh, the wind caused the fire because it don't rain in Southern California, but in another breath, all the insurance companies just somehow want to shut down and don't have insurance that day and don't have the water off next to the river. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to have the water off and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's confusion. You ain't supposed to figure it out and start playing the blame game along with them. You're supposed to look at all of them as, oh, this their platform. They did that. You know what I'm saying? Because if I did something, I'm going to talk about what I did on my platform. I'm spiritual as fuck. You on my platform. This the shit I talk about. Truth and shit like that. Hey, people set things on fire and authors of confusion. You get on a news channel, that's what they talking about. That's what they write up. And you know what I'm saying? Everybody's content is what they do or what they a witness of. So don't get it fucked up. And keep things equilibrium. Don't be lost in polarizations and stuff like that. Y'all be retarded. Keep things simple and then go deep. Don't be deep, then make something simple. You know what I'm saying? If you watching online or something like that, you're like, okay, this platform. You watching something that somebody want to talk about the news channel. Okay, this is a sanctioned platform by the news. So they probably get ready to infiltrate these numbers too. And all these comments probably fake. Or then if it's just the news, you're like, okay, yeah, it's the news platform. This is what they like to talk about. They're not going through personal problems or anything of that nature. They're not going with the common person going through. So they only know how to get up and talk about what some God.gov get ready to do and the Pope get ready to open up a portal and them get ready to put themselves in a position to kill people and sometimes lie about it and just make a news channel about it just to see how everybody react. And if you possibly in these situations, you'll be the one who get ran over if you're in the middle of the street with a sign. And that's it. This motherfucker's being ignorant just for the sake of being ignorant. Like, I don't even get it. Who the fuck would even sit there in a long ceremony and even care about the Pope at that point? You know what I'm saying? When you just got the Pope literally showing y'all, hey, I'm about to open up this doorway. And then seeing that the whole government, Yahweh, got some system that's part of that. And then seeing fires after that. Like, at that point, why is you even in the... You just got some ignorant ass humans that's cosplaying as Native Americans. And then some position because they made everybody think money and property tax is important. So as long as you support their system, they can always be in a position of never supporting you. And then get rid of you anytime they still practice their system. Someone buying some property or something like that. But we ain't about to make it any deeper than that. That's like getting retarded. Like, I hate being around people in my real life and anywhere. You start talking retarded. Like, you start talking stupid. Oh, God, get ready to come back from people or this, that, and the third. I'm like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Things take a process. Whatever it is, there's a mechanism to something. So if you're watching the news, there's a mechanism. Oh, this somebody family shit that's set up that you can, for an example, this is what I mean by even how you can see anything in the weather and things of that nature. But this is why I don't like this form of nepotism, right? Ain't nothing wrong with nepotism, but this form of it right here. Because you could get people like Kai Kanats and Aiden Rosses that's in the luxury of the blood of Native Americans here, right? And what the white man is using them as voodoo dolls. Like, but ooh, hold on, I want to miss my point. Hold on, go back. Yeah. Now, based off Native Americans getting slaughtered here, there's a lot of things that's already set up that just because you're born in a family, you might not know it, but opportunities is already there for you. For an example, right? They say this opportunities for everybody. No, it ain't. Because the main thing is a platform. You ain't in no position that you could have McDonald's or Burger King become your whole restaurant line. But the people who family is claiming some manifested destiny here, they're starting off like that. They're starting off like, okay, yeah, you do this, but you're part of this line. So they're being raised to take their money to keep doing those type of things. We ain't in those type of opportunities, and they wouldn't even have that opportunity if they didn't take from Native Americans. So it stopped there. You know what I'm saying? So don't be thinking you out here got an opportunity like somebody else. No, you don't. You're getting on YouTube. You're not part of somebody's family that's already born in, oh, my uncle or auntie got something to do with the little manufacturing company that's allowing YouTube to run right now. You ain't in that position. See what I'm saying? So don't allow these people to bullshit you, man. Fuck all that shit. Anytime you attractive, these people just try to make things hard for you and melt with your shit and make it watered down, man. Fuck all that shit. That's weak. Get creative on your own. It wouldn't even be no problem if people was just creative. Get creative on your own. That shit weird as hell. It's like retards. Like you got nothing to do or something like that. Especially from what I seen and stuff like that. And they don't do nothing but put themselves in a situation. But like I said, like it's just retarded. I don't think people understand their own retardation at times and things of that nature. But they try to do things in slick ways that Native Americans actually did. We actually did and shit. And how we had our shit together. And tortured motherfuckers and shit like that. They try to do that in slick ways. Like I put y'all in jail. Or create psyops around y'all, things that knowing you get your ass kidnapped real motherfucking quick, making you some motherfucking shit. You're a retard. That's everything that go on everywhere, and people are retarded and putting themselves in harm's way, and then now they have to do extreme shit, and then they do little psyops, little secret shit, and then now they send people on fire and stuff like that because they dumb, they ain't got no common sense. So y'all stop believing in that shit. Them all white man shits. You know, the white man shits and things of that nature. Y'all stop believing in that damn shit. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh is the government. That's it. You know, you gonna sit up there and listen to them. They ain't got nothing to fucking talk about. Nothing in your best interest. Until I start hearing them got jobs, them got shit that motivate people to want to participate in and stuff like that. You talking bullshit. I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Just for them to create psyops on me like my message ain't for to be heard. Or some case like that. And you copying everything my people did. Every little thing my people did. And like somewhere in a position like this some type of God thing. Where it don't lead to nothing but tax and technology. You going to hell. The fuck? What kind of retardation world I was born in? I'm saying real shit. Make no goddamn sense. All they doing is like protecting the, they doing save face. That's why y'all seeing them leave stupid ass comments in my damn shit. That's the best they could do. Kill people and create psychology and reverse narratives and shit. Look at what the fuck they saying. Look at this dumbass shit. I'd rather listen to a dude in a suit than a dude who looks like a failed art project. Listen, stupid shit. Yeah, but they gotta watch us. Always keep that in mind. All the way down to y'all African Americans. They hate y'all so much, but they need y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm all these things, but they watching me. It's weak. That's weak to me. That's weak. And all I did was bring the energies out. The Yahweh believers is going to be the ones that's butthurt. So I just want to show the people, like this is how I talk and stuff like that before I get online, or if I'm talking to people and this real people know, because I need it to be in a situation where it's no ifs, ands, or buts. You know what I'm saying? No ifs, ands, or buts on who real men and who ain't. You know what I'm saying? And what's real and what's not. What's synthetic? Who actually can teach you? Who actually can raise you? Who can't? Who just bullshitting? Who just lying? Who put more of their, because this is a spiritual thing where an individual actually get built. They actually built their mind up. What I do, period. That's how I'm an adult spirit. There ain't no qualities in the world of nobody character being built. Now I ain't about to sit here and allow people to think that they doing that either. I don't see nobody with a built spirit. I ain't see nobody down here that built themselves up and built no character up. Especially if you talk about a tuxedo. Anybody in a tuxedo, a fucking kid. You ain't built no spirit up. Or you would have made a concept of a tuxedo. We was selling furs, deer skins, all kind of shit over here. Even scalping motherfuckers and making it materials and shit like that. They stole that whole concept. They not even original. You're not original. I like original shit. I like creativity. That's the only thing I respect. I respect creativity. That's it. If you just lack creativity, you just retarded. That's just you. It don't matter. I don't give a fuck. Wouldn't nobody say who lack attractiveness, who lack creativity. You have nothing to offer in your mind. Your mind comes from coping and covering up vulnerabilities and shit and tainted. You can't tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me nothing being in that position. Like real shit. You ain't successful. The land ain't raised you. The atmosphere know nothing of you. God know none of these names you say. God don't know you. So you somewhere thinking you know yourself or whatever the case may be. So you're covering up a vulnerability. You got to compare and contrast something else had to be destroyed for something else to be there. I'd rather listen to a person in a suit other than a failed, you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. Your failed spirits. Your weak spirits in general. You don't got no common sense. You're just going up under something that someone already laid out for you as a platform, and you're just along with it as a luxury. You can't, a person like that can't tell me shit. You are a child to me. Go play with your toys. What created the wildfires? Them toys. You know what I'm saying? And it's fucked up for what y'all use y'all childish toys for. Period. We're not gonna take it no further than that though. Somebody says, so you judge God as God created me or any of these viewers. Judge God. God ain't got shit to do with no judge. God is some bullshit white man term to play God. It's the Great Spirit. You lost in white man's words. And the white man is a superhero in their mind. And they called that superhero God or Yahweh or whatever the case may be. The end. That shit ain't got... Tell me what do you know about nature? You know what I'm saying? Tell me what do you know about developing a tribe or some tribal energy that you could create a band. And whatever that's coming out your mouth, that's all it was needed to do. If you don't know how to do that, you're white man'd out. White man didn't teach you how to do that because the white man don't know. Anytime you even seeing these things, it's a whole bunch of I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. So that's who y'all like to listen to. I don't sit there and listen to a person that sit there and say, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. The fuck you getting paid? What the fuck you broadcasting for? Shut the fuck up then if you don't know. When you know something, run your news channel again. If you don't know something, and the more I hear you don't know, there's a lie behind it then. And that's the only way. These people want attention too much. You know what I'm saying? They just want attention too damn much. Somebody said after I did 10 years in prison for robbery, I figured my white privilege card was broke. So I'm trying something new. Y'all, see, that's what I'm saying. They don't know when to stop doing psyop. You have to actually be in people like mine's shoes to even know how things coming across. And when you're coming across an intelligent person, this is how you expose yourself. For an example, when I say the white man, all ethnicities know, even from the hood, we ain't even necessarily got to be talking about white people. We talking about the washi who ways. So we talking about, we will call somebody a sellout, a coon. It's the same terminology, right? So when you see my comments full of a whole bunch of people wanting to promote white people, whatever like that, see, it's a child mind. You're not an adult. So it's, oh, this is what I'm perceiving right now, and let me respond to this so we can get a hold of this character type of starting point. It ain't no, oh, I'm already in an understanding position, so my way of reacting, because a lot of times the average white person that ain't in that type of shit would even be like that and probably be like, I'd rather not even comment, or if they do comment, it'll be things that they understand. The moment you start to see like something is it's in some mirror effect, and that's them themselves, because it's important to you. You only see this the failure of the spirit. This is the failure of the human mind. People, this is what people don't understand. You're always self-reflecting. So if you didn't master yourself, your level of self-reflecting is going to be filtered through your biases. When I self-reflect, I am, therefore I think. Therefore, whatever position I am or what I think, I don't have to worry about others to be that. When you have to self-reflect something you ain't, and you're bouncing off of something in order to be that, that's I think, therefore I am. You know what I'm saying? So you become like, if you didn't have access, or if you wasn't sheltered or something like that, you someone who will admire your friend, or you'll admire your best friend, or someone you around, or someone who you may know that's around you, that you might start to counterpartmentalize. They have a quality you don't, and this is why you admire them, but you end up being a Helga, like to Hey Arnold, or you just watch from a distance and you grow up as a fan, or you grow up as a someone who looked up to a role model. And this is how your mind is fashioned. This is 100% of the government. I'm convinced. None of y'all are yourselves. I'm convinced. So y'all not building good character. Y'all all acting not like dead spirits. So that's stupid too. Because it's like now we don't got no real type of engineering qualities. No wonder the military is what it is today. And then, like, it's just a job. It ain't really motivated by nothing. And the old way it was motivated was dumb shit in the first place, which is why y'all can't do that no more. That's dumb. That manifested destiny shit. You're gonna start to realize it ain't even really no reason to have a military after a while. Y'all saying once y'all buy up all the land. That's Yahweh in a nutshell. The government, the military, and what giving them the reason to do it. Yahweh. The end. But tell me, where did this help you in your life? Y'all still having 2,000-year-old arguments and shit. You know what I'm saying? Tell me, how was you raised up? Y'all got taken away from practices and trying to go back to practices. Shit, half of the world going back to Native American shit now. Whether y'all know it or not, just the way y'all... So tell me, I'm trying to understand from a common sense, not know, oh, but this is my belief, and you let weird internal thought forms and feelings inside of you motivate you to do some stupid external shit that's just based off stupid beliefs. But I want to understand this in general. What the fuck is the point? It ain't what we do, is how we do it. We can be doing the same thing. It can just be done better. So it's like retarded to me. Like, I don't get it. Y'all don't get y'all beliefs. Y'all all lost in spookisms. Y'all all retarded. None of it is helping nobody. You're not about to make nobody believe that's important and that's some big responsibility that's being taken care of. That these, even when it comes to these damn politicians, these not, and what they claim they're going to do, they're not the people that's juggling and putting their boots on the ground to do that shit. And a lot of times they're just puppets for these people that's putting their boots on the ground to do some shit that's self-serving. Like, shit ain't got nothing to do. Or tell me where all the Native Americans go. That why we downsize so much, and where our Confederation go. Tell me, why is there so much import export going on? Anything else is bullshit. I don't give a fuck about nothing else. I like to make sense out of shit. Know what I'm saying? And it's just a great spirit. They know everybody got their own tribe and their own beliefs. That's the white man knowledge. Them the only ones still going to war. No Native American with the war for no shit like that. White men only going to war with each other. They even came over here and created some war amongst each other. French and Britain and all this goddamn shit. That's all white man thoughts. See, that's another white man thoughts. Hey, bro, any concepts on working with Ganesha? That's y'all stealing people from shit in Africa and creating some law around it. Ganesha is a structure and law. You know what I'm saying? So don't get that fucked up either. It's like a fake synthetic version of a Brahma thingy. So you got people in government that scout out people who think certain ways, and if it's up under the template of Ganesha, that's the individuals that they start attacking these individuals. They start doing psyops on these individuals, and then while secretly thinking that they are the Ganeshas, they just copying. They think that's why you got comic books and movies and shit about superheroes. It's the white man thinking that they superheroes in their head of them invading people. But they really soul snatchers, Shang Tsungs. All these movies is based on stealing the powers of other people. That's just an allegory of taking somebody's land and their spiritual culture and using it for a form of technology. So they go update their costumes and update. All you got to do is type in United States of Cavalry. That is the first goddamn Avengers costumes. And the first superhero costumes. Shit. Duh. This is the white man thinking he's a superhero, and his whole basis of being a superhero is saving his world. He's always coming from a failed world that they chopped down all the trees first. So they just dissertated all the trees. So that's always their starting point. Having to go elsewhere, and they're superheroes to they people. Going to invade other people's land, and then get on other people's land, take their history, and then make the movies seem like they was the heroes. So now the invaders are just settlers. The Avengers are protecting some corporation with Nick Fury and them. That ain't nothing but the goddamn red coat, blue coat government. Captain America and all them, and Iron Sparks, they part of the government. The Tony Stark Corporation. Government. That's the government. They got all y'all thinking these hero movies is about you. No, it's about getting rid of you. You always the animal. Just like they put in these Bibles. All the animals that was sacrificed in the Bible is Native American Indians. So the snake that was on the cross, they made the medical symbol out of. That's when they hung the serpent king, Native American, and the Incas, they hung him on the cross. They hung a lot of chiefs, from the Great Plains to the Great Lakes. And in Mexico and shit like that, they was hanging us on and calling us animals, talking donkeys. So they made all these cartoons and stuff out of it. The white man ain't thinking about nothing. You think the white man is creative enough to be like, hey, let's make a cartoon or let's make a theology about animals talking. They know animals don't talk and shit like that. The white man is being sarcastic. You got to know who they was calling the red man. You got to know who they thought was Israelites and who was actually God people. The people who needed to be rejected and the people who needed to be controlled over and get this other God shit. So we got two gods, the Great Spirit and the white man. You got to know what they talking about when they say the tree. Them interacting with the East Coast Native Americans, and that was the tree and the garden over here in the Western Hemisphere, and us being the apple, the fruit. So you will know that the government wrote the Bible for them to even put in the Bible, biting the apple, and them to call New York City the Big Apple. Y'all don't know y'all be practicing Native American genocide when you are a fucking Christian or fucking Islam or something like that. You practicing and then got the nerve to try to flood people's channels and shit like that because we talking down on Yahweh because he a bitch. No, he ain't did nothing but create some manifest. The group of people came together to create that ain't got nothing else to do with nothing else but getting rid of Native motherfucking Americans. That's slaughter. That's genocide. Blood on people's hands. You calling New York City the Big Apple wearing Timberlands right now. That's native hobbyism. You wouldn't act the way y'all wouldn't act the way y'all act without the dead blood and the soil and the dead bones that the Masons created skull or bone off of Native Americans. Y'all wouldn't be wearing fur coats, talking the way y'all talking in New York City and the way y'all even think if the white man ain't trained y'all and got y'all really acting like the Iroquois, the Haudenosaunee. They really got y'all acting like them, and the white man ain't acting like none of y'all. It's just creating a template for y'all to go to these George Washington schools and PS-13 schools to get indoctrinated to act like Native Americans that they can put in these jails and torture y'all. Know what I'm saying? That's all that is. But y'all the first area how we used to ship goods between the foreigners, the Americans, and us Native Americans, right? They took our land there, Hudson River area, and start flooding in actual property as people. And fucking nigga and Chinaman and all these other people and stuff, and the Brazil and shit like that, and that became the foreign exchange. Slaves. And then for the most part, they start having y'all built up New York City and those red stepping stairs and shit like that from the late 1800s up. You know what I'm saying? But they had y'all help get rid of us Native Americans and stuff. They stole everything though, the whole concept. These people don't know how to talk. Anytime they up there talking, y'all just see a whole bunch of white people on the news channel trying to talk. And anytime that start to lose ratings, they start to put up people up there with y'all ethnicities trying to talk. But they had to do that for real to the Native Americans, and we would have been the whole Democratic Party, and the Republic would have just been a Republic. And any foreign exchange or bargain exchange or import-export, the Native Americans would have been the Democratic Party, especially the Iroquois, of the whole thing of how we deal with our own people, and they would have dealt with how they deal with their own people, and that would have been the team: Republicans, the Americans, and the Democrats, aka the Iroquois, and we handle everything as what's coming in and out and shit like that. It just got us out the way and made a synthetic Democratic Party, and we had the Republican and Democratic Party alone itself. Nobody asked them to come over here. Yeah. So every time, it's like always native hobbyism when they doing that Mormonism shit. And you can see it on the news channel, them going from city to city, state to state. It's just some converting. And they always doing some shit that's only white man self-serving. They ain't gonna be serving no one else. You know what I'm saying? It's just white man self-serving. So it's just some made up Europe shit. Nobody give a fuck about that shit. It's just ain't shit ass people. If you know these people in real, they go for your favorite rapper, actors, actresses, politicians. These is ain't shit ass people. Y'all just keep allowing a collection of ain't shit ass people to say us and we all the time. And then when they be saying it from their starting point, you the only one being some fucking fire. Trust me, ask a Native American. I said, ask about the Beaver Wars. Ask about the King Philip War. That's how they even doing all they psyop. The whole Hudson River and everything that they built was over longhouses and over dead Native Americans. Y'all be working at these jobs that dead ass motherfucking government spirits be in because they thought they was doing something to wear it as a badge of honor. Where they ain't doing nothing but creating a whole bunch of Catholic church, Masonic lodges, all these damn government building structures to run shit on top of the areas that they did a witchcraft and killing Native Americans, thinking that they was doing the actual witchcraft of it and doing nothing, no. Just doing nothing but being retarded and exercising firepower. But for the most part, these buildings and all these things, from the fire things that they was built on lodge houses, the fireplaces in New York and stuff, these was built on long houses, and where they killed Native Americans in front of their people and stuff like that. So these things are forever tainted. New York City is tainted. It's tainted with Native American Indian spirit. Everywhere in America is tainted. The more they do negative shit, the more the tainted come out on them because they got blood on their hands. They're tainted. You don't make no $1 million off no Timberland boot copying nobody's tree concept. You pay them people. You pay me. They done stole all my people's shit. They got the nerve to try to shadow ban me and then send psyops to me, some fake ass nigga goddamn medicine man talking about I can do something better. Bitch, you copying me. The fuck you talking about? Bitch, you got to watch me. You copying me. The fuck is you talking about? You in a system that's synthetic. Bitch, I'm the real deal. The fuck is you talking about? All that Yahweh shit is bullshit. Jehovah shit is bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. I'm copying, cosplaying Native Americans. Take that shit back to Palestine. Get back on the boat. Y'all better not kick none of that bullshit on these news channels and no shit like that. Shut the fuck up. I'm saying, talk about something creative. Or talk about some solutions. Or say, I know sometimes. I want to hear, I know. I ain't about to have somebody secretly somewhere to say, I am, I'm this. You ain't bidding no samsara the right way. Everybody you is following, going through spirit evaporation. So they ain't even back to even make you feel enough courage to do it as strong as y'all used to, nor is the way y'all used to is tainted. You gotta manipulate. That's tainted. That's negative. Y'all, from all the spirits that was coming back from the process of 300 years, like, yeah, that old way of United States cavalry, that's negative. Let's not do it that way. Let's not do it. There's just a whole bunch of that going on. You know what I'm saying? It's negative because you know it's negative. It don't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? None of that shit mean anything. What do that mean? What are y'all even talking about? Who writes something down for people to get lost in that don't mean anything? You cannot read the Bible right now and go in your backyard and start harvesting goddamn corn, beans, and squash. You cannot do it. I'm sorry. That's how retarded y'all is. Go read the Bible right now. I guarantee you know nothing about your backyard. Guaranteed. You know nothing about getting the fruit that's in your backyard and having it all around the world in grocery stores. You know nothing about that. Like, you're retarded. You don't make no sense. And you listen to other people that got you in that position. And what they think makes sense for themselves, they retarded. So it's like all dumb. Like, I don't get it. I just don't even understand it. All the way to the point that they in some stranger and role model energy. Pardon me. They will make somebody else rich and put them through a situation to prove to a whole bunch of unrich people. Where an unrich person don't even give a fuck unless they in the same position. So that don't even make sense. Then they're doing it in a way where it's like they think that works. I don't get it. So they use a celebrity, put them in a position to think that that's a position you want to be in, and you a stranger to them and a celebrity. But they think you gonna do something to reach the position, and they're gonna use the celebrity as a tarot card for you to do just how they gave Magic Johnson AIDS. So you know what to do or what not to do if you want to participate in their money world. But that never was a thing. Every time any society starts seeing a rich person too much, that inspire us to just start doing our own shit. Like, who's this stupid ass rich person? Is this a coon or something like that? That's why they be getting less and less in their shit. Like, I don't understand. It's like dumb. They psychology is not real. If you paying for a psychologist right now, this is why you going broke. And you still paying for the psychologist because you stupid. I never seen that in no urban area or no suburb area. I'm looking at this person the government is crafting as a robe. This would even make us start even talking like this. It's like, do this person got a handler or something like that? All the way down to motherfuckers never even did the video to the song everybody bumping on the album. They always do some song that be like, why you do that? Or why she do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. And even the artists be knowing, why when I release this song, even if I ain't do a video to it, it is not getting as much push as this song. And then that's when artists start realizing, man, they always was just getting handled. Man, they always was getting infiltrated, numbers getting duplicated. It's just all bullshit. That's why I always thought every artist was trash. Ain't no artist better than me. None of y'all could rap better than me. You don't got the right bars, mind state. You're not even talking about, you can't even talk about what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about ain't nothing else to talk about for real. That's the actual history. And I can rap about anything from that starting point. It's going to be better than all y'all music. All y'all music, y'all think like white man. Y'all just want to talk about guns, with rims. Y'all don't know how to talk about anything that bring anything together to make it make sense. And then that become a whole bar itself. So y'all just lost in the sauce. The best y'all could do with it is be a bunch of rapping Kirk Franklins. You got to add Jesus or Yahweh or some stupid ass white man religion. Y'all have no spirituality. Y'all all sold up into whatever the white man gave y'all. Like, y'all's lost. Y'all have no business even trying to do no music on this soil. It's trash. All y'all rappers trash. Period. You know what I'm saying? And y'all, none of y'all can do nothing. All y'all got type New York City, Timberland boot, wave cap, Memphis Bleak raps. Period. And I don't care what coast you on. West Coast, Midwest, East Coast, you ain't better than me. You can't make better beats than me. You can't rap better than me. Your first couple of bars is trash. You think like a white man. I don't give a fuck about it. Your grandma wouldn't even give a fuck about it. I can rap hard. I can rap about dropping dick in a bitch, and I bet your grandma still like it. Y'all can't do that. So y'all can't do that. And I got more music than all y'all put together, including the motherfuckers that's in hell. Michael Jackson, Elvis, all y'all in hell. Soon as you jump in that industry, you going to hell. Because you don't got no industry for yourself that your music represent your spiritual system and the shapes and forms you're creating so you could pick up where you left off. And it's actually with the Great Spirit. Y'all worship different deities that the white man, Washi Hu, try to demonize the Native Americans like that's what we was doing. No, we wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're thinking about the Honey or whether you're thinking about Walking Taka, or whether you're thinking about the Dene. We all still talking about the Great Spirit. Bitch, we just in different geographical locations at times doing things with our own particular tribes. Bitch, we only got one ideology though. We all talking about the Great Spirit. Y'all trying to bring that confusion shit. Gothman, X Timber, cut down a tree man, UK thought man, God, Neolithic God, then Jesus, then James and Jesus and all. That's y'all shit. Y'all confusing multiple gods and things of that nature, trying and using it as trying to be one God. But since y'all copying so much, it no longer became one God. It's y'all making another portion of government that's watered down to update it with this culture, another portion of government, another portion of government. But since y'all still trying to uphold that original Yahweh shit, it just start looking like y'all worship multiple gods. But y'all didn't think people gonna look at it that way because y'all been thinking y'all convincing people that this religion don't got something to do with the government. So it's just different fashion of governments that's still doing the same energy. Fuck the word. Fuck that word Jehovah and all that shit. It's the energy. Y'all still doing the sentiments that lead into fashions of government. And that's allowing y'all to be in some position to think y'all could do some negative shit and get away with it. Like, be happy about it. Like, smile about it. That, disgusting spirit. But don't think those ain't the spirits that's evaporating themselves. Look at it like this. If I'm a spirit and I got some internal motivation, if I rule the world, and save all my children. Everybody wants to rule the world. Trash. Now look, if I'm in a situation, right? And then whatever that's motivating me, and I really believe that, right? That's not going to get the belief of everybody in the world to add on to that collection of atmosphere to become really real in the environment. And even if I was to be able to do that, I should be able to say something physically and mentally and word-wise that it does inspire every single person that is truly God, and that it'll be able to be replica through another person that understand, to be able to give that message to another person that don't understand naturally, right? That's the only way. If 10 people down the line don't agree, something wrong. Know what I'm saying? Now here's the thing. If I do that in its natural state, it ain't God, because it's gonna have to lead to force, whether I gotta mentally or physically use force. For once it reaches 10 people down the line, and that message that got told got combobulated and become a lie, we know there's not going to be no agreeable energy no more, right? There's going to be someone that got their own self-serving, someone else that got their own self-serving, that either I play out some get down late energy, get down or lay down energy, or I'm just going to have a problem because I'm trying to do something that others don't agree with. So I'm not even in the space of making something agreeable. I'm in a space of still trying to get mines and in some type of way, right? And here's the thing. If I'm dealing with individuals that's not agreeable, what's the reason is that? What's the reason for that? Am I on somebody else's territory I don't belong on? Am I, you know what I'm saying? You gotta take these things into consideration. Now, here's the thing. Let's say I start using force and I get that done. And everybody that helped me get that done, they know that all wasn't cool. So even the people who agree got percentage scales that they add into the atmosphere, thoughts and feelings, and actions that they did in the environment, participations of body language and stuff. I mean, right. So that's an add-on, right? Now, whatever I thought inside, that's me. Just like when I go sleep, just like I was born, just I'm a die alone. If I actually created that synthetic thing that didn't even exist, and I tried to force it to exist, right? I brought something that don't exist as a reality into reality. And that's where I'm going to go. So I'm going to go to a world when I die thinking I run everybody. And it's just a whole bunch of different sides of me. And it's going to become so tiring, I'm going to be dying for someone to run me. And ain't nobody going to be there to run me. I'm even going to tell somebody, hey, won't you control me today when I wake up that day? And they're going to be like, what you want me to do to control you? That's going to make me mad. You know, so I'm like, oh, shit. And then that's when I'm going to realize I'm stuck. And here's the thing. You're not connected with no one that think like that for you to be born again. So you're in a evaporated reality that didn't exist, but you made it exist. It's all yours. So you stuck in your own world with no attachment. Remind you, the only reason you could feel and think the way you doing right now to even suggest something is good is because you can react and respond with a thought and feeling, and you got people around you to validate you. You ain't got nobody to validate you in your dreams, and you ain't gonna have nobody to validate you in your goddamn death afterlife. But guess what you might think? You getting all the validation in the world. You going to your motherfucking nightmare, because it ain't gonna be no one else there for you to give you that actual connection, stimuli, awareness that bend in and become thoughts and feelings that you can react and respond to and be like, this is real. You're not going to have it. You're in your own world. You have to make it yourself. Make yourself out of that hell. You know what I'm saying? You got to make it yourself. And whatever form that's in the expiration date might be haunting the actual geographical location or whatever building that is. And stuff. So you might even get help to stay there, because other spirits that ain't there yet start trying to uphold them same practices or uphold those same things. And then for the most part, those are the spirits God, all possibility, the great spirit, shit out of his ass when we make the ass buns in the organ area as angels and shit. And those spirits evaporate from existence because everything is in reverse. The heavier form mentally be so heavy in that hell, they can't go produce an organ again because they not getting out of that to create another mind and a body. They're stuck in that previous mind, so they can't pass on so they can make another mind and an organ. They stuck in that same mind. I think that organ that it made is still alive, so it's stuck in that dream, and so it's thick. But everything is in reverse. You take the expiration dates of all the physical things. So yeah, you still be in the washing machine cycle of being born, just in less awareness of reality, something that's already expired. Maybe a building and the material of it that you was working so hard to think you was somebody in, right? And then for the most part, right, in reverse, you go into the most lightest thin, the less dense area, aka you can only be in people's mind, that connect like that, and it's not enough as a heavy percentage scale in the reverse in that area for you could jump into another mind and body to be born through someone who got the similar thoughts. So your spirit is end up being in a lighter, less dense version in reverse that heavy clogged thick brain that you can't even take another body. So in that layer of the world, the spirit is in a form so less dense that when God farts you out, your space that you created, that thought, that fart cloud, go out with it. Then when that mind evaporate, your spirit end up being in that negative version of all, where you just don't exist no more. You go into that Jehovah non-existence, whatever concept. And someone who has similar thoughts that's still inside the framing, the great spirit, the all, is the only way you can even be remembered at that point. So it has to be another spirit you was connected to that has similar thoughts that can even have the even foggy thought of whatever you was participating with to even exist. You won't specifically exist anymore. There's no other forms for you to take, and your spirit is nothingness because you created a no thing concept of nothing. So when you get lost into science version of nothing, and then we're all creating one of a kinds mentally and physically, no things. No thing is one of a kind. You created your no thing of nothing. You put a whole bunch of nothing. I don't know who you got that from. I think y'all got that from another human. That concept of nothing. Y'all had to get that from so y'all must have thought that's what the Native Americans was talking about. And then said to yourselves, everything can't come from nothing. Y'all didn't come out of thin air. Yes, the fuck we did. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about no thing. When you are nothing the way you thinking about it, when you create an awareness, that's like no other thing. So for the most part, the less dense, all the way to when we want to use this word, nothing or no thing. It's another version of something, but it's not that sum of things. You see what I'm saying? So for the most part, that nakedness always has to be fulfilled with sums of things. So it ain't something coming from nothing. It's the ability the spirit has, because that's what the spirit is. One of a kind. It's no thing. It ain't a thing. See what I'm saying? So it's the space you're in when you create the most less dense concept first, and that's your awareness. So y'all just getting lost in concepts, and now y'all thinking, well, let me anthropomorphize something else. Then what is that something? We're calling nothing. And then you're just lost in confusion. You're retarded. You're way away from God and the great spirit, and you worship Yahweh. But I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. And yeah, I had to test the waters because I'm be skeptical. I don't even want to just like upload this whole manuscript for some retard that ain't even got me in their best interest. That's part of some of these sororities and stuff, or for fraternities to sit back and try to study my Confederation. Still like to secretly work against it. How they been so I might do that strictly on the Patreon. But then that's on that too, because I still gotta get on the Patreon and then take the rest of these videos and put it on Patreon too. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out because I've been doing this in real life. But I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. Maybe I do something like after or before I do the presentation on before I do a thing before, just to promote before I go on motherfucking Patreon. That live stream tonight before I go on Patreon might be, I might break down a way you specifically reach out to let me know, okay, then I give you that thing or something like that, and then go on the Patreon and talk about astrology or however the case may be. But other than that, yeah, this is tricky because one thing you have to realize, we're in a world with people with stupid beliefs. So based off their stupid belief, they're going to self-reflect that on you anytime you find something genuine that don't have anything to do with their learned behaviors. And anytime you start to see that sentiment geared towards you, you know that's a Yahweh worshiper, and that's someone that's part of the government. The end. No, and don't go no further. Ain't nobody in the world worshiping that shit. And even if they online talking about it, that gotta be the government. Ain't no regular person believing in that bullshit. That's retarded. No way. You know what I'm saying? But I love shit, at least not on this soil. Y'all can take that shit back to Europe or something like that. Or start fucking with the Great Spirit. That's how you can get yourself cleansed. That's how you can go and you know what I'm saying, get that blood off your hands or things of that nature, or whatever God you think, you go worship where that God came from on that geographical location and go die on that soil so you can go there. How you on somebody else's soil with a whole different God concept, like you getting ready to go somewhere that don't even make no sense? You know what I'm saying? But this is what we see these people doing. It's like weird. It's weird to me. But love all y'all from the bottom of my heart. Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Antares Moon. I'm the Royal Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. I want to follow that.